And now, Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer presents Clymer Sherman Panama Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by Lictus Oil and Propane, Countertop Solutions, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Supply, Triple E Manufacturing, Necker's Company General Store, Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing, the Cornerstone Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Troyer's Greenhouse, Mosher's Carpeting, Utegg's Body Shop, and Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent. And now let's head to the field for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball play-by-play.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Bemis Point, New York, where CSP invades the Red Dragons of Maple Grove here at the elementary campus. And so far, from a weather standpoint, Pat, the weather gods are holding off the rain. We'll see. The report recently out of Clymer was it is pouring in Clymer.
Oh,
so,
good. Well,
that may be on its way. We'll see.
I think if the boys get in and out of this, though, in and off the field quickly,
yeah,
we can get this thing in because we don't have any open spots next week
no.
before they have to pick for the playoffs. So
I'm Kyle Hinsdale, joined by my partner Pat Catanese, and we're excited to bring to you Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9.
And it is baseball weather, folks. It's a little chilly and a little damp.
Yep.
Those sunny days confused me, I guess. I think they confused the team yesterday too, the way they played.
We did not play the best that we played yesterday, but we got the win. So CSP with a I don't know what was the final score, 9-.
No, they won 15-5. Yep.
15-5.
Yep. And they were 10 run in 6 innings.
So CSP is going to start us off here, and Tate Catanese will be our leadoff hitter, and he looks at strike one. So 1 ball and 1 strike. CSP will face today the big lefty McCall for the Red Dragons. There's a curveball that was high.
Did it hit
inside.
Tate's bat?
I don't know. Yep,
yep,
must be. So 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Got to get that bat out of the way.
CSP with a win over Westfield yesterday. Maple Grove comes off a loss to Frewsburg, and there's a base hit up the middle. So single to lead off the game for Tate Catanese. Well hit ball to center field, and that's going to bring Caden Beckering to the plate.
Kyle, nice book.
Yeah, I went and got a book.
Thank you. That's a nice book.
It's not quite what you were.
No, but it's bigger.
Got it.
With getting up in age, these bigger books are going to be helpful.
So I tried to find one
down the third baseline.
Oh, and he's going to be safe. So the third baseman tried to get the leadoff runner, Tate Catanese, at second, unable to do that. And as a result, CSP has the first 2 men on here in the inning. And with runners at first and second, freshman Gavin Burchanowski steps into the box, hitting in that number 3 spot. And he's going to try to put down a bunt, and he misses for strike 1. And there's a bunt right back. That's a really nice bunt, Pat. And he's going to get thrown out at first, but excellent bunt by Gavin Burchanowski, and he did his job, which was to advance the runners. So CSP now with runners at second and third, and lefty Bryce Hinsdale is going to step into the box. So lefty on lefty matchup here. With just 1 out here in the top of the first. And there's a slow curve in for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Ball low, 1-1. Bryce 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs last night.
Get a couple more here.
Yep.
Good
Ball
eye.
high and outside. So 2 balls and 1 strike to the junior from Panama. He finds a hole, likely scores 2. Right, ball outside, so 3-1. Another lefty, Grant Lictus, on deck for the Wolfpack.
Coming with the fastball here, Kyle. Shouldn't have watched that one. He should have known that was coming and stroked it.
Should have known that was coming for sure. So full count here to the batter.
Ball low.
Ball low. So that's going to be base on balls, and that's going to load the bases here in the first. And Grant Lictus is going to step into the box for the Wolfpack.
Be ready.
First pitch strike to Grant.
I told a couple of the boys, I've seen Colton pitch before. He doesn't like to be behind, so his first pitch is always going to be a strike.
Mm-hmm.
No sense of waiting, especially in this weather.
Yeah.
You know, you see a strike, hit it. That's
So 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the first.
Ball outside.
So 2-1, bases loaded, no place to put him if you're McCall, so you got to come with some strikes here. And hopefully Grant's thinking the same thing, Pat.
Yeah. Was it 2-1 on him?
Yep, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah,
good cut.
Be a foul down the left behind home plate here.
You got to project it, wide zone, real wide zone here.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss for a strikeout. So that's going to bring Carson White to the plate with still bases loaded now with 2 outs. So
don't want to strand 3. I know that.
That's for sure. Not to start the game. There's ball high. McCall going with no sleeves today on the mound.
The young man at second doesn't have them either.
There's a
slow curve. Boys
curve.
got to see that coming.
Yep.
Should be able to take that to opposite field.
Ball high, 2-1. It is a little chilly out today.
Yeah. Baseball weather.
Yeah. So he checks the runner at first, and that kind of caused everybody to go back to their base. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's low. 3-1 to Carson White.
98.9. Corry, out of Corry. Oh, the Facebook.
And there's a foul down the first base line. So you can Facebook channel 98.9.
Right there.
So full count to Carson White. Runners are going to be going here. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Maple Grove gets out of the inning, and CSP strands 3 as they get the bases loaded with 1 out and are unable to get any across here in the first. So after a half inning, no score, we'll see the CSP defense when we return after these messages.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to Bemis Point, New York, where CSP invades the Maple Grove Red Dragons. And CSP, back in that top half of the first inning, stranded, the bases loaded with one out, and they are unable to get any across. And as a result, we have no score here as we enter the bottom half of the first. CSP starting pitcher today is going to be Tate Catanese, so CSP is going to throw their ace. And defensively behind Tate, typical lineup when defensively for when Tate's pitching. Grant Lictus, the mainstay behind plate. Bryce Hinsdale at first, Tanner Mahako at second. Gavin Burchanowski slides over from the third base corner. Andrew Spiesman, I believe, is out in left. Caden Beckerink in center, and Carson White in right field. So first batter of the game is going to be Ostie that Tate is going to see.
Yeah, against this team, I don't think we can afford to strand three.
No, this is a good team. They hung with Frewsburg yesterday, so they're coming off of a tough loss, but they played well from everything I read in the paper.
I think they're coming in with an 8-6 record.
Okay.
So, that's a pretty decent record.
Yep.
We can't strand three and expect to win games like this.
So 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, and there's a slow roller to second, and Tanner Mahako bobbles it, and that's going to be a base hit for Ostie. So
I think it's Ost.
Ost?
I think the E is silent.
Okay, Ost.
I'm guessing.
We'll go with it. We'll go with it. So that's going to bring the shortstop and number 2 hitter Lombardo to the plate. And there's a swing and a miss. He's going to throw it down, and he's got him.
Got him. Good throw by Grant.
That's
a great throw.
Lictus. So Grant Lictus pops up from his crouch, and he fires him out at second base, and that's out number 1 of the inning. So good throw by Grant, good tag by Tanner Mahako, and that first pitch is a strike. So no balls and 1 strike to Lombardo. There's a ball low, 1-1. Nice rebound if you're CSP defensively. Had a little bit of a mix-up there on the first hit, but Grant was able to rebound nicely and throw out the stolen base attempt.
Foul ball plus off the catcher.
Yeah, that somehow got through 2 fences, Pat.
Yeah.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the batter. And there's a curveball that fell in for a strike. So strikeout number 1 of the game for Tate Catanese, and that's out number 2, and that's going to bring starting pitcher for the Red Dragons, McCall, to the plate. He looks cold just looking at it.
I know. But I guess you're out there playing, you don't feel it.
There's a
Or he
curveball
does.
in for a strike.
He's doing like the pro linemen do in the NFL and
Put oil,
what is it?
I think
Vaseline?
it's Vaseline. Yeah, Vaseline. And that one hit the umpire right in the elbow, I believe. That one's going to sting a little bit. He's walking it off.
Or swinging it off.
He's like, all right, fellas, we're ready to go.
I don't want to stand here and feel the pain anymore. Let's just go.
It's going to start raining.
Yeah.
So no balls and 2 strikes to McCall. 2 outs here in the first inning. And there's a pop-up foul behind home plate.
Onto the golf course. Nice little chip onto the green. Should be able to par it.
I saw a couple folks out there golfing, Pat. And there's a curveball.
Well, I think we're standing on the one spot in Chautauqua County that the rain doesn't really matter.
Right. So 0-2 here in the first inning. No score. 2 outs. And based on what I can hear on the tent, Pat, it sounds like it might be raining.
Yep, I can hear a few drops.
So here's the 0-2 pitch, and that ball is well hit to left field, and that is going to get over the fence. So home run for McCall. So on senior day, the senior gets a home run.
Huh, good hit.
And he hit that pretty well. That was an 0-2 pitch, Pat, that sailed over the left field wall. And that's going to put the score 1-0 Red Dragons. And that's going to bring Cornell to the plate. That was a well-hit ball there, Pat.
Yes, it was. 2 outs.
And there's a ground ball to second base.
Tanner
scoops it up and throws it to first. So CSP gets out number 3 of the inning, but not until McCall hits a bases empty home run, and after one, Maple Grove leads by a score of 1-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Faulkner or anything.
Welcome back as CSP starts the top of the second inning. We're going to see CSP hitters 7, 8, and 9. So that's Colin Sturgis is going to lead us off here in the second inning, where the Red Dragons of Maple and Colin down early, no balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Collins strikes out to start the inning, and hot hitting Andrew Spiesman comes to the plate. Andrew 4 for 4 yesterday. He was a home run shy of the cycle.
Yeah,
right,
let's
Pat?
hope he stays hot tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. I don't know what's happening here.
He didn't like glasses on his head for some reason. So anyways.
Oh, the umpire called that out?
Yep. So Andrew first pitch swinging, and that's going to be foul behind home plate. There's a ball in the dirt, so 1 ball, 1 strike. It has definitely cooled down, and it has begun to sprinkle.
Right back at us.
Right back at us. Is our camera okay, Pat?
Looks good.
Looks good. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spiesman. Base is empty with 1 out here in the second. And there's that curveball on the outside part of the plate for strikeout for McCall, and that's going to be out number 2 of the inning. 2 strikeouts here, and that's going to bring number 11 Tanner Mahako Taco to the plate. Ball low and inside. Two balls and no strikes to Tanner. Top of the order on deck, so Tate Catanese is up next if we get there. So 3 balls and no strikes. See if we can have a little 2-out lightning here, Pat.
Wouldn't hurt. We did it last night, so we can do it. We've done it a lot. Ball 4.
So 4 straight balls to Tanner Mahako, and that's going to bring today's starting pitcher for the Wolfpack, Tate Catanese, to the plate.
He might be walking up there with a little anger right now against McCall.
Tate led off the game with a single to center field, made his way eventually to third base, but we were unable to get him across the plate. So see if he can repeat that here in the second. Yeah, there's a foul down the first base line. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Catcher throws down to first. Good job by Tanner Mahako to force that catcher to make the throw. As we know, that has probably maybe slightly more than 50. Uh-oh, they got him. Well, they almost picked Tanner off at first. And according to the Maple Grove coach, they got him by a foot. And there's a pop-up foul behind home plate. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second inning.
Going to see that curveball right now, I think. Back on your heels and follow through on it. You'll hit it.
Yep.
I knew he'd see it.
There it was.
He
And
wasted
Tate
it.
fouls it off. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He might come right back with it, too. Or he might try to draw him outside.
There's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. So CSP gets a runner on, but they were unable to advance him. And as a result, after an inning and a half, it is 1-0 Maple Grove. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's modern rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Yes, I'm sure they are.
Welcome back to Bemis Point, New York, where CSP trails the hosting Maple Grove Red Dragons by a score of 1-0. And we will be entering the bottom half of the second inning.
So we're going to see 6, 7, 8 this time. Kraft, Collins, and Cornell.
And CSP is going to take Catanese is going to get his second inning of the game. That book is bigger, Pat. I can actually see it from here.
That's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing.
All right, we need to have a clean inning here, and then we'll get back in with Beckrick, Bertzinowski, and Bryce. Sounds like some runs to me.
So Verboski steps into the box for the Red Dragons, and he's up there swinging at strike 1. Ball high, 1-1. Just a quick weather update. It's a slight sprinkle. Nothing real hard, but just a little sprinkle. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. I want to thank Dale Willink for bringing his tent today. Keep our equipment nice and dry.
I brought mine, too. It's over there with the crowd.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
So.
Well, thank Pat Catanese for bringing his equipment, even though we're not using it.
That's okay, though.
You know who didn't bring their tent?
You?
Me. How's that? I said to myself, you know what? I think Pat and Dale are both going to bring their tents, so I don't need mine.
Well, I should have looked when I got out of my truck to see if there was one here. Then I wouldn't have had to drag it all the way over.
Well, it's keeping your bride dry, I'm sure.
Yeah, if they put it up. I don't even know. I can see it, though, so I think they did.
So that's ball 1 to
Oh, Krat.
Krat. We're going to go with Krat.
Okay.
There's ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. We were talking tense, but Tate struck out Verboski to lead off the inning. Ooh, and that ball's in tight. So 3 balls and no strikes.
He's not the one that hit the home run, Tate.
There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. So 3-1. And that one did hit him. So kept trying to come inside, and eventually hit him. So Krat is going to move to first base, and that's going to bring Collins to the plate. Let's see how aggressive Maple Grove wants to be on the base pads. They were aggressive back in the first, and Grant Lictus was able to throw him out, and there he goes, swing and a miss. And I think he just got his second guy of the day. So 2 throwouts by Grant Lictus. Good job by Grant. Nice tag by Tanner. So 2 attempted stolen bases and 2 throwouts by Grant Lictus. And we have got 2 outs now here in the second inning. And that first pitch, I believe, was a swing and a miss.
Right.
So ball low and outside, 1-1. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the second inning. 2 outs, 1-0 Maple Grove.
There it is.
There's a strikeout there to end the inning. So CSP was able to get out of it, and after 2, they trail by a score of 1-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back with a score of 1-0 Maple Grove as we start the third inning. And CSP is going to trot out the 2, 3, and 4 hitters here in the third. So that's Caden Beckrink's going to lead us off. And he is down early, no balls and 2 strikes after 2 curveballs. Lefty on lefty here. There's a swing and a miss, so 3 pitches and 1 out for McCall here in the third, and that's going to bring Gavin Burchanowski to the plate. Gavin with a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. First pitch is low for ball one. Swing and a miss for strike one. Curveball was on the inside part of the plate, just off. 2 balls and 1 strike. A big swing and a miss for strike 2. So that evens the count at 2-2. See if Gavin can put bat on the ball here and put some pressure on this defense.
Here we go.
And there's a pop-up. First baseman is calling it off, and he's going to make the catch. So infield fly out for Gavin Burchanowski, and that's going to be out number 2 of the inning. And that's going to bring first baseman Bryce Hinsdale to the plate.
Okay, Bryce, let's get a hit here.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Got fooled on that curveball a little bit, Pat. And there's another bad swing. So 2 bad swings to start this inning, or this at bat.
Gonna see it again here now.
No balls and 2 strikes. So 3 pitches and second strikeout of the inning. And so after 2.5, CSP trails by a score of 1-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher's Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back to Bemis Point, New York, where CSP trails the hosting Red Dragons from Maple Grove by a score of 1-0. And CSP is going to see 8, 9, and 1 hitters here in the 3rd inning. So we're going to see Cornell to start off this at bat. Tate Catanese back on the mound, starter for the Wolfpack today. And he leads it off with a strike down the middle part of the plate. And there's a ground ball foul down the first base line. So no balls and 2 strikes. And there's a pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 3. So strikeout number one of the inning. And that's going to bring number 23, Yohe, to the plate. Is that E silent too, Pat?
I think that's Yohe. I think it is.
And that ball's foul down first base line.
I think he has some relation to maybe administration in Sherman, so I think it's Yohe.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong before today.
So if you're on the right-hand side of the field, I would expect the ball to be hit to you.
Yeah.
Actually would slide. There's a foul. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yohe. And if I'm Tanner Mahako, I might slide myself a little bit more to first base side. There's a curveball inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tried to sneak one in there.
There's a foul. So he stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the third. There's a curve in the dirt. Good pitch by Tate there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a foul right back at us here. So Yohe staying alive. Two balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, that looked good.
Yep. Ball called low, so full count to the batter.
That looked good right there.
Foul tip. So Yohe making Tate work here. As the rain starts to come down a little bit harder now, Pat.
Sounds like it on our tent here.
Ball outside, so Yohe's going to earn a walk. And with 1 out here in the third, Maple Grove gets their first base runner of the inning. And that's going to bring the top of the order, Ost, to the plate.
He hit the ball to Tanner last time.
See if we can turn 2. We'll see if Maple Grove wants to test Lictus again here. They're 0 for 2 so far today. Ball low and outside, so 2 balls and no strikes. And there's a slow roller that's going to be foul. One ball, 2 strike, or no, I'm sorry, 2 balls and 1 strike to Ost, playing center field for the Red Dragons. And there's a slapper that's going to be caught by Tanner Mahako.
Nice play.
Good play by Tanner. Had to work to his right and backhanded that to snag it for out number 2 of the inning. And that's going to bring number 3, Lombardo, to the plate. That was a nice play by Tanner.
Yeah, great play.
There's a curveball in for a strike. Maple Grove with a runner at first here in third with 2 outs, leading by a score of 1-0.
Same pitch.
Yep, that one curved a little bit later than the other, but it was right at the letters. 1-1. And there's a ball hit to left field, and that's going to be a base hit for Lombardo. And that's going to put runners at first and second. And McCall, who hit a home run, the only run of the game back in the first inning, now comes to the plate.
I'm betting he doesn't see a lot to hit.
I wouldn't think.
Depends on the mood Tate's in. He might be up in that challenge mode.
So 2 outs here in the third, runners at first and second. And there's a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 2. So Tate ahead early, no balls and 2 strikes here.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
A little grunt there.
Yeah, he put a little extra on that one.
Mustard on that one. That ball's high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that ball's inside.
There's that inside pitch.
2-2.
You knew that was coming sooner or later.
Yep.
You're not going to let him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third inning. Runners at first and second. There's a curveball.
Good block by Grant.
Good job by Grant. Is right.
Well, like we said, he's not getting a lot to hit here. So.
No. So full count here to McCall. Almost got him. They pick off play at first and almost got him, Pat.
Yes, they did.
Number 5, Cornell, on deck for the Red Dragons.
2 outs.
There's
got him.
A swing and a miss for strike 3. So Tate strikes out the big hitter for Maple Grove, and that ends the inning with Maple Grove stranding 2. And after 3, it is Maple Grove 1, CSP nothing. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to what is now a rainy Bemis Point, New York, where CSP trails by a score of 1-0. And as we enter the 4th inning, CSP is going to have Lictus, White, and Sturgis come to the plate. They're going to face McCall, starting pitcher for the Red Dragons today. A big swing and a miss for strike 2.
You know, Kyle, I'm watching that curveball. I'm wondering if you let it go. I don't think it's a strike. You know, I don't think it's a strike. I think they need to watch it go. But that's just me.
And there's strike 3. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes to Grant Lictus, and that's out number 1 of the inning, and that's going to bring Carson White to the plate.
Got to move up in that box and get on your back leg and be ready for that curveball.
There's a fastball inside.
And swing at the fastball. That fastball,
one.
should don't wait on it. They got to be aggressive. Make him work. I mean, aggressive to the point where you're hitting his fastball. Because the curveballs are going to go away sooner or later.
Yep. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Carson White.
Unless he's got a changeup he can mix in there. Those fastballs got to be hit.
There's a foul behind the first base line.
That golf course, that fairway sounds hard. Did you hear that ball hit?
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 2 strikeouts here in the inning for McCall, and that's going to bring Colin Sturgis to the plate for the Wolfpack. See if he can get us going. He's looking at first pitch strike. No balls and 1 strike. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Should have jumped that fastball, I'm telling you.
Yep. So Colin down early, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So McCall strikes out the side, and after 3.5, it remains 1-0 Maple Grove. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002 or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse.
Welcome back to Bemis Point, New York, where CSP trails by a score of 1-0 over the Maple Grove Red Dragons. As we enter the bottom of the 4th, CSP is going to see hitters 4, 5, and 6 for Maple Grove, which means it's going to be Cornell, Verboski, and Kratt.
Yep.
Nice steady sprinkle now taking place here.
Well, we're in another pitcher's duel, Kyle, like we were in Frewsburg.
Yep.
Which in this kind of weather, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Tate Catanese takes the mound for the Wolfpack. And his first pitch is going to be low for ball 1. Last game of the week for the Wolfpack, so I would imagine that we'll see Tate as long as we can see him. There's a ground ball back to Tate, and he's just going to do it himself. And he's going to step on the bag. Had a little conversation with his buddy Bryce over at first.
I wouldn't usually agree with that, but I think with the ball, it might be a little bit slippery after hitting the grass. Just once you got it, keep it.
Yep. So that's going to bring number 1, Verboski, to the plate. And he's up there swinging. That's going to be foul behind home plate. Curveball that's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to number 1. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Folks, if you're hearing some strange voices around us today, we've gathered quite a crowd underneath our tent here. So if you don't hear Kyle and I and you hear other ones, that's what it is.
There's a curveball in the dirt. Good block by Grant. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a foul back behind home plate. There's the 2-2 pitch. There's a curveball. That didn't curve till late, so full count here to the batter with 1 out in the 4th inning. And that's inside, and he fouls that off to stay alive. We're running out of baseballs here. So it remains full here. And that ball's foul.
We have a no. Does he have, oh, he did have one.
Yep.
They're scattered all over this place.
So Verboski making Tate work here. He wasted that one off as well. So the count remains full. And there's a ground ball foul. Well, we're definitely running out of balls now, Pat.
Yeah, but at least we're in an area where they can be found quite easily.
Yeah, that's right.
If we were in Panama, we'd be in trouble here.
Yeah. So here's the full count pitch, and that's going to be foul down the first base side. So right now we have no baseballs.
There comes one.
Got a ball in play now. So full count here. 1 out in the 4th inning. 1-0 Maple Grove. And
oh, Lord.
Low. That was right at the knees, but called low. So based on ball for Verboski.
I hate to say it, Kyle, but I disagree with that call.
Yep, and that's going to bring number 4, Kratt, to the plate. There's a strike on first pitch that looked to be about the same spot.
Same thing. Yep, same thing. But
so no balls and 1 strike. Foul tip, so Tate up early, no balls and 2 strikes on Kratt. There's a nice steady rain now, Pat.
Yeah. This is
and there he got him on the inside part of the plate on a curveball, so much needed strikeout for Tate Catanese there, and that's going to bring the
Collins.
number seven hitter Collins to the plate. Runner still on first for the Red Dragons. Good block there by Grant. Keep the runner at first.
Oh.
Ball outside. So 2 balls and no strikes. Cornell on deck for Maple Grove. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. So 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 outs. Yep.
Yep. And there's a ground ball to Gavin Burchanowski, and he's going to throw it to second and get him at second base for out number 3. So Maple Grove strands 1, and after 5 innings, or I'm sorry, after 4 innings, it is CSP 0, Maple Grove 1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack Baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9. With your Erie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock. Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Welcome back to Bemis Point, New York, where the rain is now a little bit harder. Probably the hardest has been all day as we enter the top half of the 5th inning, where CSP trails by a score of 1-0. The home run by McCall back in the bottom half of the 1st is the difference maker right now. CSP looking to get some runs across the plate here as we get into the 5th inning, and as the rain begins to fall harder, Pat, you know, this,
there you go, fastball.
Yep, there's a ground ball to third, and Andrew Spiesman's going to have his first hit of the game, infield single. But as the rain keeps coming, Pat,
every run is important.
Every run's important because they can call it at any point really after the 5th inning. And that hit Andrew in the back, I think.
Yes, it did, yeah.
Checked him at first. So that's going to bring Tanner Mahako to the plate. I would imagine we might see Tanner square up the bunt here, and there he does. And there's a good bunt down. And that's going to be out number 1. So good job by Tanner doing his job, putting a runner in scoring position, and now we'll see if the top of the order and Tate Catanese can do some damage here with a runner at second.
All right, Spiesman at second.
We'll see if Tate jumps on that fastball, Pat, at some point. There's a big curve in for strike one. That's not one he wants. There's a swing and a miss for strike two. So down early, no balls and 2 strikes.
Go 1-4.
And there's a ball. The second baseman, Tate's going to run, and he's going to. Thought he beat it.
Yes, he did.
They called him out.
They called him out.
So second baseman bobbled it a little bit, and fortunately for him, he didn't have to go very far. And as a result, there's now 2 outs here in the 5th with a now runner at third base. So we'll see if Caden Beckering can somehow find a hole in this infield somewhere and get Spiesman across home to tie this game up.
Well, it's pretty obvious, Kyle. Well, those last 2 ground balls have been hit. We hit it on the ground to them. They're going to struggle with it.
Yep.
So we just got to start getting the bat on the ball.
Yep, they bobbled both of them. So as we've said all year, it doesn't matter really at little league or high school level. You want to put the ball in play. And there's a ball that's going to get by, and Spiesman's going to score. So aggressive run play by Andrew Spiesman, and he's going to make it 1-1 here in the 5th inning. So much needed run there for the Wolfpack. Good job by Andrew there. That ball did not get very far back, Pat,
no,
but he was
moving the minute he saw it. Yeah,
he made his decision and never hesitated. So I think it's 1-1, but I'm not positive on that. Ball high. So I think it's 2-1. The scoreboard says 1-1, but I think it's 2-1 to be honest with you.
Yeah, because that ball in the dirt and then that last one was a ball.
Ball outside. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Caden Beckering. Gavin Burchanowski on deck for the Wolfpack. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that ball's low and in the dirt. So CSP doing some damage here with 2 outs in the 5th inning. And we've got some speed on the bases, and Gavin Burchanowski's going to step to the plate. So 1-1 here in the top of the 5th. There's a ball in the dirt. That's going to get by the catcher, and that's going to allow Caden Beckering to stand up at second. And so 1 ball and no strikes, and CSP all of a sudden has another runner in scoring position if Gavin can somehow find a hole out there. And there's a pop-up that's going to get out of play. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Bryce Hinsdale on deck for the Wolfpack. Ball high, so 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th inning, and we're all tied at 1. There's a big swing and a miss for strikeout. So CSP strands one, but they get a much-needed run across the plate, and after 4.5, it is all square at 1. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back, where we're all knotted up at 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and CSP and Catanese are going to see 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Red Dragons, which means that Cornell, first baseman for Maple Grove, will lead off the inning, and Catanese, today's starter for the Wolfpack, will get his 5th inning under his belt here. CSP with a much-needed run. That's going to be a pop-up down the first base side. Bryce Hinsdale is going to get underneath it, and that's going to be 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th inning. And that's going to bring number 23, Yohe, to the plate. But as I was mentioning, CSP with a much-needed run back in the top half of the 5th to tie it up as the rain continues to fall here. And once we get through 5th inning, this is an official ball game. There's a ball well hit to the short third baseman. Colin Sturgis comes up, and it's going to be safe. And so infield single for Yohe. And the top of the order, that's going to bring the top of the order to the plate. And Ost for the Red Dragons. See if CSP can turn a double play here. And there's a ground ball. We're going to try it, and that's going to be off the end of the glove of Gavin Burchanowski. And as a result, that is going to be a no out for the Wolfpack, and that's going to put runners at 1st and 3rd. So got to be careful here if you're the Wolfpack. And that's going to bring number 3, Lombardo, to the plate. Runners at 1st and 3rd with 1 out here.
Stop the ball first here. Keep it in front of you.
That last play there kind of looked like Tanner was in the position to snag that and throw it, and
Yep.
Gavin got in front.
And there goes the runner at first, and he's going to stand up stolen base. So Ost goes from first to second, and now Maple Grove has runners at second and third with one out. And I would imagine, as they do, the CSP brings the infield in, and there's a pop-up. And it's going to see Bryce is going to be out of play. We can't really see that, Pat, but
nope.
Bryce was tracking like he thought he was going to get it. But foul ball, so 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter. And again, CSP brings the infield in. And there's a ball that's going to get past Grant, and that's going to get to the backstop, and that's going to score a run. So the curveball got away from Grant, and it's going to be 2-1 Maple Grove. That ball, I think, Pat, hit the front of the plate.
Yeah, it was in the dirt.
And hit the front of the plate and caromed off the plate and to the backstop. So end result is 2-1 Maple Grove. Now with a runner at third base, still only 1 out. And there's a pop-up that's going to be to right field. So Carson White's going to come up throwing. And that's going to be a sacrifice fly for Lombardo. And as a result, that makes it 3-1 Maple Grove here in the 5th. So 2 outs, and McCall's going to step to the plate.
I don't know if Carson knew the situation there because he just kind of lobbed that ball back in. He didn't come up throwing.
So after tying it up in the top half of the 5th, CSP gives up 2 runs here in the bottom, and there's a roller to, and that's going to be in the dirt, and McCall is going to make his way to second. So an errant throw by Colin Sturgis at third, and as a result, Maple Grove's got a runner at second base with 2 outs, and Cornell comes to the plate. So no harm, no foul there. Focus on the batter here. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Ball low, so 1 ball and 1 strike to Cornell. Cleanup hitter for Maple Grove. Ball high, 2-1.
Oh.
Ball inside, and there he goes. And McCall is going to get a stolen base. So he now resides at third, and the count is 3 balls and 1 strike to the batter. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. And there's a ground ball that's going to get by, and it's going to be an RBI single for Cornell, and that's going to score McCall, so that's going to make it 4-1 Red Dragons. And that's going to bring Verboski to the plate with a runner at first base. So CSP needs to get an out here, stop the bleeding a little bit here in the bottom of the 5th. And there's a ball hit to right field.
Carson's
and
underneath
Carson White's going to get underneath it and get the out. So it's out number 3 of the inning. But not until Maple Grove puts 3 runs up there in the 5th. And after 5, it is 4-1 Wolfpack, Red Dragons. We'll be right back after these messages.
Coverage of CSP Wolfpack Baseball is brought to you in part by Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services in Clymer, a leading provider of new, heat-treated, and recycled pallets and wood services since 1993. Find them online at caflischpallet.com. Phone 716-355-4354. Caflisch Pallet and Wood Services wishes the Wolfpack the best of luck this season.
Support for Wolfpack Baseball on the Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Mosher Carpeting at 8631 East Main Street in Clymer. Mosher's has carpeting and all types of flooring, serving the area for over 27 years. Online at mosherscarpeting.com.
Support for coverage of CSP Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by Necker's Company General Store, providing Clymer with groceries, apparel, gift items, and so much more for over 100 years. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Necker's Company General Store for their support.
Welcome back, where CSP trails by a score of 4-1 over the Maple Grove Red Dragons as we enter the top half of the 6th inning. CSP is going to bring 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate. So that's going to be Bryce Hinsdale is going to lead us off, and he's going to face the lefty starter for Maple Grove, McCall. And CSP, after giving up 3 runs there in the bottom of the 5th, need to get the bats going here. Make this, see if we can make a dent in this lead that Maple Grove has. There's a ball low to start Bryson. At this point in time, Pat, you just want base runners.
Yep, just get people on. Let's make them field the ball.
There's a curveball in for a strike. So Bryce can wait it out. I'd be just waiting on that fastball, see if he can put that somewhere.
It's coming soon.
There's a big curveball for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So he's got to protect now. He's going to see another one of those.
Yes,
I would
he
imagine.
is.
And there it is. They cannot touch that curveball. Those lefties are not anywhere close to touching that ball.
And I can't see it for sure, but I can't believe they're strikes.
They aren't. They're not strikes. That's why you can't swing at them. And as a result, it's strikeout 1 of the inning and out number 1.
See, Grant let that one go.
Yep. There's a swing and a miss for strike 2 or strike 1. Sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter. Carson White on deck. There's one off the end of the bat.
He waited on that one, or got it before it made the break.
Yep. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, and I'd put $50 on the fact this is going to be a curveball on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Yeah, those curveballs I don't believe are strikes.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Grant. And McCall steps off.
Yeah, step out, Grant. Good.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3, and they're going to throw it down to first and get him out. So 2 strikeouts here in the inning for McCall, and CSP is going to have Carson White come to the plate. 2 outs here in the 6th inning, CSP trailing by a score of 4-1. And
that's the ball he should have hit right there.
Yep. And there's a ball at the letters for strike 1. And there's strike 2. So Carson down early, no balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So CSP goes 1, 2, 3 with 3 strikeouts there in the 6th inning, and after 5.5, it is 4-1 Red Dragons. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this broadcast on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided in part by J. Edwards Insurance. With offices at 9 East Main Street in Panama and 800 West 3rd Street in Jamestown, J. Edwards Insurance is an independent insurance service providing auto, business, farm, and homeowners insurance. We treat you like family. Online at jedwardsinsurance.com. Best of luck to the Wolfpack this season from J. Edwards Insurance, serving New York and Pennsylvania since 1957.
Utegg's Body Shop in Corry is helping to bring you this broadcast. Along with collision repair and refinishing, Utegg offers frame straightening services. Located at 633 East Smith Street in Corry. Utegg's Body Shop.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in New York at highschoolofficials.com.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane and Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Welcome back to Bemis Point, New York, where CSP trails by a score of 4-1 over the Maple Grove Red Dragons as we enter the bottom half of the 6th inning. Want to thank all of our sponsors who give us the ability to broadcast these games on Channel 98.9, and I would encourage you, if you're listening and you're in and around these businesses, to patronize each and every one of them and thank them for sponsoring the Wolfpack and allowing these games to be broadcasted on the radio and Facebook Live. So pretty simple situation. CSP needs to get out of this inning, Pat, with no runs, and then as they get to the top of the 7th, we're going to have our 7, 8, and 9 hitters to the plate. So
see, we got a change here. It looks like Johnny Abers is in for Colin Sturgis at 3rd.
And at bat is going to be
for them. Krat. Yeah.
And there's a foul tip, so that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And the rain is
it seems like
lightened up a little bit. There's strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So it looks like we're going to get this game in, folks. When I looked at the weather this morning, I would have not thought that was going to happen.
That's okay, because it needed to happen. We needed to get this one in.
Yep.
Because it was scheduled for tomorrow, but they had to move it back because a lot of our boys are going on a band trip tomorrow. So
there's a curveball in for strike 3. So strikeout for Tate Catanese and out number 1, and that's going to bring number 19 Collins to the plate. There's a swing and a miss for strike one. And there's a ball that's hit that's going to be
foul.
Foul. Andrew just could not get there, so was in play or in foul territory. So a long strikeout or long strike. So no balls and 2 strikes to the batter. There's a ball low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tate or to Collins. There's a curveball, good block by Grant with the ball in the dirt. So that evens the count at 2.
Ooh.
Ball high, so full count here to Collins with Cornell on deck.
Throw the fastball by him right here, Tate.
Yep. And there's a ground ball to short, and that's going to be trouble for Gavin Burchanowski, and as a result, that's going to be an infield single for Collins. And CSP with some uncharacteristic errors today in the field. So with 1 out here in the 6th inning and a runner at first, Cornell's going to come to the plate.
Double play ball maybe.
Yep, 4-1 with 1 out. And there's a ground ball foul down the third base line. So Tate up early, no balls and 1 strike. And there's a ball hit to left field, and Andrew Spiesman's going to get underneath that and make the catch. So good job by Andrew. And not only is he flashing the bat, but he's flashing the glove. And as a result, that's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And it's going to bring Yowie to the plate, the number 9 hitter for the Red Dragons. There's strike number 1.
Grant gave a quick look to that kid at first because he was off quite a ways.
Good size, good size lead.
Yeah.
So no balls and 1 strike. There's a curveball in the dirt. Good stop by Grant. Evens the count at 1-1. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yowie with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And there's a ball that's going to somehow get its way to right field. So a base hit for Yowie, and that's going to put runners at 1st and 2nd. And that's going to bring number 27. And I can't read the writing. This is a pinch hitter.
I can't see what that is.
Fentenis? I don't know. Number 27. We're going to go with number 27. Pinch hitter for Oast. So 2 outs here in the 6th, runners at first and second for the Red Dragons. And a ball low for ball 1. Two balls and no strikes to the batter. Number 3, Lombardo on deck for the Red Dragons. There's strike 1. Two and 1. I think Tate just needs to throw strikes here, Pat.
Yeah, I agree.
There's another one right there.
Yeah, nothing fancy. Just throw it over the plate.
Any desire to swing the bat. So let's see if we can just throw one right down the middle. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. That ball's low. So full count to the pinch hitter. And somehow makes a base hit to right field, and that's going to score Collins, and that's going to make it 5-1 Maple Grove. So clutch hit there by the pinch hitter, and it's going to put runners at first and third with 2 outs, and Lombardo steps to the plate. So not what CSP needed here in the 6th inning, Pat.
No.
Giving up a run. Now they got to limit the damage and see if they can get out of this. Ball low and outside for ball 1. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. And there he goes, and there's a foul down the third base line. Happy to report the rain has stopped. There's a curveball that's foul tipped.
Nice to get this out and come in and bat. See if we can get some, because we gotta get 4 right now.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the batter. There's a curveball in the dirt. Good stop by Grant. That's likely saves a at least attempted steal to home base. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to the batter. And there's a foul tip back behind home plate. So Lombardo stays alive, keeps the count 2-2.
Get him here now.
Oh, that's going to hit him. Inside pitch hits him, so that's going to load the bases here in the 6th inning, and that's going to bring McCall to the plate. So 2 outs. So Coach Moreno wants to have a quick conversation with Tate and the rest of the infielders. Maybe settle him down a little bit. Still got 2 outs here. So CSP just has not been able to hit the ball very well today.
No,
and
they got a lot of strikeouts today.
That first inning, we had bases loaded with 1 out and were unable to get any across. And you'd like to think that that might have made a big difference in this game, Pat.
Yes, and we've had a lot of errors this game.
Yep.
You know, we had errors last night. We had errors tonight. Must be this is our week. So.
Yeah. So, bases loaded here with 2 outs. And Maple Grove starting pitcher McCall steps into the box.
Bases loaded.
So, easiest base if you're a Wolfpack infielder. So, Tate checking the runners. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. There's a curveball in the dirt. Good stop by Grant there. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. With the bases loaded, no place to put McCall, so you got to make him a hitter.
Boy, that rain really chilled it off here, didn't it, Kyle?
Yes, it did. Ball inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a fastball that's fouled off behind the dugout. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to McCall. Maple Grove doing all of this damage, Pat, with 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that got away from him.
Curveball that did not want to curve. So full count here to the batter. Bases loaded, so they'll be running on the pitch. And there's a ground ball that's going to get to left field, so that's going to score 1. And here's the throw home, and that's going to score 2. So a 2 RBI single for McCall, and that's going to make the score 7-1 Red Dragons here in the 6th inning. And Maple Grove's got runners at first and third. And it looks like Coach Moreno is going to
make a switch,
go to the bullpen. So as we take a break here and change pitchers, we will do the same. We'll be right back after these messages.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
This Wolfpack broadcast is brought to you in part by Cornerstone Restaurant and Bakery at 104 East Main Street in Sherman. The Cornerstone offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and baked goods. The phone number is 716-234-4002, or find them on Facebook. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks the Cornerstone in Sherman for their support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack! From Countertop Solutions.
CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is brought to you in part by Troyer's Greenhouse, now open for the season Monday through Saturday. Troyer's Greenhouse is located at 1669 Weeks Road, just 2 miles west of Panama. Go Wolfpack from Troyer's Greenhouse. Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for coverage of CSP baseball on the Channel 98.9 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream is provided by Triple E Manufacturing in Sherman. Triple E offers equine products, promotional items, embroidery, and printing services. 800-295-4282 or online at tripleemanufacturing.com.
Support for CSP Wolfpack baseball coverage is provided in part by Tina Dills, ERA Team VP licensed real estate agent, serving the Wolfpack listening area and all of Chautauqua County with real estate services for buyers, sellers, vacation rentals, and all relocation needs. For more information on how to get your move going, Tina can be reached at 716-397-7790. Tina Dills and the ERA Team VP agents wish the Wolfpack the best of luck.
Corry's only locally operated radio station is Channel 98.9 with your eerie weather, your favorite personalities.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Monday.
You see today local news, entertainment, and information around the clock. And Corry's Modern Rock, Channel 98.9, your one radio station.
Welcome back, where CSP trails by a score of 7-1 with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And we have a pitching change. Bryce Hinsdale comes in relief for Tate Catanese, and he inherits runners at first and third, and there's a ball high. McCall steals the base, so now runners at second and third for the Red Dragons. And Cornell at the plate for Maple Grove. And there's a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one. That evens the count at 1. And there's a blooper to third base that's caught by Gavin Burchanowski. So Bryce Hinsdale comes in and gets one batter that he needed. And CSP gets out number 3, but not until Maple Grove puts 3 on the board, and after 6 innings, it is 7-1 Maple Grove. CSP down to their final 3 outs when we return.
Funding for this Channel 98.9 Sports Stream broadcast comes from Lictus Oil and Propane in Clymer. Family-owned Lictus Oil and Propane continues to supply liquids and fluids for agriculture, industry, and homeowners. Heating oil and propane services and off-and-on diesel fuel services are also offered. The Channel 98.9 Sports Stream thanks Lictus Oil and Propane for their continued support.
Support for Wolfpack baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided by Countertop Solutions in Clymer. Go Wolfpack from Countertop Solutions.
CSP baseball coverage on the Channel 98.9 Sports Stream is provided in part by Steve Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing and Air Conditioning, located at 147 East Main Street in Corry. They offer residential and light commercial new services, as well as electrical repairs, well pumps, and water conditioning systems. Phone 814-665-6034. Online at flicksheatingplumbingandac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by NISFA and the New York State Athletic Administrators Association.
So welcome back to CSP Wolfpack Baseball here on Channel 98.9 as we enter the top of the 7th inning. CSP trails by a score of 7-1, and pinch hitter Brady Phelps comes to the plate, and he's down early, no balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes for McCall, and that's going to bring the hottest hitting Wolfpack to the plate, Andrew Spiesman. Ball low for ball 1. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Spiesman. 1 out here in the 7th. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So don't want to help him out here, Pat.
No.
Ball was high in the zone there.
So was that.
Yep. So swing and a miss for strikeout number 2. So McCall with 2 strikeouts here in the inning, and CSP down to their last out.
I think they've helped him a lot today.
Yep.
I really do.
And that's going to be Tanner Mahako stepping to the box. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Ball high, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball got away from McCall there. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tanner Mahako. CSP trails 7-1 here in the 7th inning. That ball is on the inside part of the plate. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Tate Catanese on deck for CSP. Ball high, so Tanner earns a base on balls.
All right.
And that's going to bring the top of the order to the plate. See if Tate can do something here. At this point, we just need base runners.
No matter how you can get on.
Yep. Ball high. 1-0. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Check Tanner back at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a ground ball back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Tate Catanese. So CSP with 2 outs here in the 7th have something cooking. And that's going to be runners at first and second, and Caden Beckrink is going to come to the plate. Change out the wet baseball. Seven one Maple Grove, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 1 for Caden.
Curveball coming. Let it go.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I've noticed this inning the curveball's up high a lot. That's just from fatigue.
And Tanner's going to be thrown out at third base. So attempted stolen base. I have no idea what that was, but attempted stolen base thrown out at third. And as a result, that's going to finish the game. So CSP falls to the Maple Grove Red Dragons by a score of 7-1 here in Bemis Point, and that's going to move the Wolfpack to 9-4 on the season. We'll be back in action on Monday night, I believe, Pat, as we travel to Casadega. So you know the schedule better than I.
I think it's Monday at Casadega, Tuesday at Brockton, and Thursday at home against Salamanca.
Okay. And you're thinking no game versus Southwestern.
I'm thinking no game there, yeah.
So we'll be flexible, folks, but what we do know right now is that the plan is to play Monday night at 5 o'clock in Casadega. So for Pat Catanese, I'm Kyle Hinsdale. CSP falls to the Maple Grove Red Dragons here 7-1. We'll be back Monday evening. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.
Thanks for listening to this broadcast of CSP Wolfpack Baseball on the Channel 989 Lictus Oil and Propane Sports Stream at channel989.org. This broadcast is presented by Lictus Oil and Propane, Countertop Solutions, Caflisch Pallet and Wood Supply, Triple E Manufacturing, Necker's Company General Store, Daniels Electric and Flicks Heating and Plumbing, The Cornerstone Restaurant, J. Edwards Insurance, Hoyer's Greenhouse, Mosher's Carpeting, Utegg's Body Shop, and Tina Dills, ERA Team VP Licensed Real Estate Agent. Tune in next time for all the action of CSP Wolfpack Baseball.